නමෝ තස්ස භගවතු අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස. Good morning. In this morning, I'm going to make up another brief Dhamma talk. As our today talk, I decided to make different. Instead explaining this course, I decided to explain a very interesting story with a moral. So this is found in the commentary of the Buddhist Pali Canonical textbooks. Each Buddhist Pali Canonical book has a commentary. There is very specific commentary is found. It is called Jataka Attakatha. Here Jataka means biography, Katha means stories, Attakatha means commentary. Biography, stories, commentary. In these books, there are 550 stories are found. All the stories, incidents are belong to the Buddha's previous lives. In time to time, Buddha had to motivate his disciples for different reasons. Some monks lost their confidence with the teaching, some monks got so lazy, as well as some monks got some intention to go away by disturbing, by giving up the monkhood, sometimes due to bad characteristic of the other monks. So due to these facts, Buddha had to motivate disciples, because such sort of ideas, some sort of behaviors are completely adverse for the Buddhist path. So it is a little bit obstacle to going forward with the Buddhist path, and as well as it is hugely impact for the ultimate result of the Buddhist path. So they are unable to reach their ultimate goal, enlightenment. So due to these facts, Buddha had to motivate his disciples. While he was preaching to motivate his disciples, time to time, occasionally, Buddha had caught out some of incident that he faced, particularly while he was preparing himself to be Buddhahood, to motivate his disciples. So, as I mentioned, all the stories are collected and compiled into a books. It is called the commentary of the biography stories. There are 550 stories are found. As our today talk, I decided to explain the third story of this book. It is called Merchant Series Story. Now I am going to explain the Merchant Series story. While Buddha was preaching this story explanation, Buddha was dwelling at the monastery of the Anathapindika, which was located at Jethas Park in the Savatthi city in India. There were many monks at that time period. Among those monks, one monk got so lazy on his practice, and he gave up studies and practice, as well as he lost his confidence with the teachings, and he decided to go away by disturbing. Before executing his plan, other colleagues monk of him came to know about his intention. Then they got together and decided to bring that monk in front of the Buddha. One day they brought that monk in front of the Buddha. Then Buddha questioned the unexpected arrival of the huge gathering of monks. One monk respectively informed all the truth of that particular intention of that lazy monk, so that he has got. Buddha again questioned him and confirmed it was true. So then Buddha directly addressed to that monk, "You just like merchant Seri, who became to a devastation, who lost golden ball, who lost his life, who became to a devastation due to being late. to make a great deal. So you may think this I will practice this teaching later. So after being lay person, I will attain to my enlightenment after being lay person. So in this time, if you miss these teachings, it will be always missed. For what reason you became as a Buddhist monk, it will that the your ultimate goal, your ultimate achievements will be always missed. So this teaching is some sort of like a golden ball. So this is has something new that you have to realize. So but it is not easy to understand, and you already covered with dust of defilements. Your mind is covered with dust of defilements. That's why you got lazy, you gave up your studies, you gave up your practice, as well as you lost your confidence. That's why you got an intention to go away by disturbing. So believe me, trust me, and I have seen the huge advantage of these teachings. That's why I have taught you to practice. That's why I have always encouraged you to going forward with this teaching. This teaching has something new to realize, like those advice were given by Buddha. So again, one monk stood up and respectively asked who was the merchant Seri, because they never heard regarding merchant Seri in their city. They were very curious on that and asked who was the merchant Seri, what happened to him, and invited to Buddha to explain the merchant Seri's story. The intention was accepted. Then Buddha started to explain the merchant Seri's story. In millions years ago, there were two merchants. One is merchant Seri, other one is merchant Kachaputta. They both merchants sold the same items, jewelries. They put all their jewelries into a box. They carried that box village to village, house to house to sell them, even though they separate merchants. So unexpectedly, one day they arrived to same village to sell their jewelries. So due to this unexpected arrival, they had nothing to do about that, and they discussed each other and decided to follow different streets in the village to sell their items. So then, while merchant Seri was selling his jewelries by following streets, by going house to house, so he very interesting incident happened to him. When he was entering to a street by making noise shout, that noise of the merchant Seri heard little girl who was living with her grandma. So she rushed to grandma, ran to grandma and asked, begged, tried to grandma to buy some jewelries to her from the merchant. Poor grandma had no money at that time, particularly on that day. So only thing that she had with her, the bowl which was fully covered with dust. Then grandma decided to give that bowl and ask some jewelries to little girl. So then grandma invited to merchant Seri to their house and asked some jewelries by having that iron bowl. Grandma didn't know about it was a golden bowl. So first of all, the merchant Seri checked that out the bowl, and suddenly he came to know it was a golden bowl. He got very cunning mindset, and he made the instant plan to rob that bowl. First of all, he rejected the ball by saying this is not a valuable one, and then in the second time come to house and by giving little things and have the ball. That was the plan that he made instantly. It was very cunning. It was a very cunning idea. So after making this decision and he rejected that ball first of all and left that house. In meanwhile, within few hours, merchant Kachaputta finished all the streets that he had to cover by selling his jewelries. So then he had plenty of time to go back to his hometown, and he got a very good intention idea. It is not wrong, it is not bad to go to follow the in same street by selling same items, same jewelries for the second time in similar streets, which were covered followed by the merchant Seri. After making this idea, he entered to the merchant Seri's street. Then his journey was ended up with that poor family. Again, that poor little girl heard the second merchant's sound, noise. Then again she ran to grandma and asked again buy some jewelries to her. Again, grandma reluctantly invited that merchant Kachaputta to her house and asked having this bowl and give little jewelries to this poor little girl. First of all, by following similar way, first of all, merchant Kachaputta also checked that out the ball, and immediately he came to know it was a golden ball. Then he was a different guy than the merchant said. He was very honest guy, and he informed all the truth of the ball as by saying as it is golden ball. So after hearing that it was a golden ball, grandma was mesmerized because one merchant rejected that ball by saying it wasn't an valuable one, and other one is saying it is a golden ball, and they discussed each other and finally became to a decision by giving all the jewelries including money that had with merchant Kachaputta, and by having the golden ball. So then the merchant Kachaputta gave all the money, all the jewelries including money, excepting little money to give. He kept for little money to give the boatman because they came to that village crossing a river. So except that little money, he gave all the things that he had with him, and by having that ball, and they made very great deal each other, and he left immediately that house and reached to go river bank and gave that little money to boatman and started to cross the river on the boat. In meanwhile, for the second time, merchant Seri reached to that house and asked, give that ball to me. I'll give you some little jewelries for this poor little girl, because I was sorry for her. That's why I came here. Grandma was so angry by hearing that, and she blamed. She shouted at merchant Seri and informed all the truth of all the details that they made regarding the deal that they made with merchant Kachaputta. After hearing that, the merchant Seri was shocked. He lost his control because he had so many premeditated plan ideas with that ball. So he lost his control. He put down all the things that he had with him in front of the house and ran away to catch up the merchant merchant Kachaputta. While he was reaching to river bank, he saw he was very late. He saw merchant Kachaputta is going far away on the boat. he got so angry with himself, as well as he got so very dangerous, revengeful thoughts on merchant Kachaputta, as well as he lost his control and he got a heart attack and died on the spot. So finally, the poor family again, for the second time, became to a inheritant of the very precious jewelry box and including money. And also merchant Kachaputta inherited to a golden ball. But poor merchant Seri not only lost that golden ball, and also he lost his life. He became to a devastation. So Buddha mentioned at that time period, merchant Seri was in this life the Devadatta Thera, the merchant Kachaputta was me, Buddha. So, and again Buddha mentioned to that monk, this teaching is like that golden ball. This teaching has something that you have been unable to seeing that due to you have covered with uh, dust of the defilements in your mind. That's why you are unable to see the preciousness of these teachings. That's why you decided to go away by giving up your monkhood. That's why you gave up this teaching. So don't be a delay person to practice this teaching, and as well as don't be a slave of the defilements. So since now, try to start your practice, start your studies again, and try to, for what reason you became as a Buddhist monk, so try to reach to that your ultimate goal. Like those advices were given by Buddha, the advice were accepted. So again, Buddha mentioned in the second moral of this story is how dangerous to get some sort of revengeful thoughts in for the first time in one life. If you make those such sort of thoughts in your mind repeatedly, by thinking repeatedly, like revengeful thoughts, hateful thoughts, some sort of different desirable thoughts by for different subjects, so the impact of those mental or emotional phenomena not only adversely hit you in that life, but it will follow behind you in the sansara. Even that was the time that the Devadatta planned that revengeful thoughts on me, that the seed of the anger, revengeful thoughts. Even in the whole sansaric journey, since then he tried to he got multiple time to devastate me, as well as in this life he got multiple attempt to kill me, to devastate me. So due to these unwholesome activities, so he became to a devastation. You saw that from your eyes. So therefore it is very dangerous to carrying with you such sort of mental behaviors, mental thoughts with you, like revengeful thoughts, hateful thoughts. So Buddha advised, don't carry such sort of mental thoughts by thinking repeatedly, because they absorb to your mind. It becomes as a behavior, not only this life and in the sansara, that behavior, mental behavior, will follow you in repeatedly in sansara. They are completely not help you to for the protection of your sansara. So instead that practicing such sort of mental, emotional feelings, try to practice very wholesome, like compassion thoughts, loving kindness thoughts, the honest thoughts with you. So like this, if you can practice like such sort of mental practices, mental thoughts with you repeatedly, the benefits of those mental thoughts, not only for this life, it will follow behind you in the sansara. So like those advice we can grab from this story, as well as sometimes we get some sort of behavior, some sort of ideas, some sort of thoughts with us, that we have to do something just now. Sometimes we may think I will do it after 15 minutes, within 30 minutes, as well as after 1 hour in the evening in the next day. So you spend your time by sleeping, chatting with each other, like those things. So if you are spending your time leisurely always by doing such sort of things, and if you don't got some idea to reach to a goals, it doesn't matter whether it's religious manner one or a non-religious manner one. So you are unable to reach to a goal. So therefore Buddha advised to monks, don't be a delay person to start your journey. Don't procrastinate your things to do by thinking I will do them in future. So if you miss this time eaten, it will be always missed. It means all the advantages that can be earned through that thing, the advantages, benefits always missed, so will be missed. So therefore it is a very bad behavior that we have with that, the procrastination. So like this moral can be grabbed from this, pick up from this story. So try to understand that, and try to grab some moral of moral from this story. Now I'm going to wind up. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day. Let's say sadhu, 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 sadhu.